Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is goodwill concept and valuation. Okay, so let's understand the meaning of goodwill. Now, goodwill is the good name or reputation of a business which helps it to earn more profit than others. In other words, goodwill is the value of the reputation of a firm in respect of the profits expected in future over and above the normal profit. Fine. So simply, if you see the definition of goodwill, how goodwill is defined? Goodwill is defined as the present value of the firm's anticipated excess earning, or as the capitalized value attached to the differential profit capacity of a business. Again, I will repeat, the present value of a firm's anticipated excess earning, or as the capitalized value attached to the differential profit capacity of a business. Now, see, in short, if I say valuation, goodwill means what? That is your reputation which is there in the market. Suppose if your reputation is good, what will happen if you go for taking loans or any type of credit, that will benefit you, right? Like if you Ambani comes and he says he wants in a market he wants 20 lakhs, so he will easily get it, right? Now suppose if you go, okay, any of you go and you say you want 20 lakhs of loan, is it possible you can get it easily? No. Why? Because no goodwill you have in the market, nobody knows you. So your reputation is your goodwill, and that can make you earn. Now when it make you earn more than normal profit, that is your goodwill. Okay, sometimes you purchase things only as per the brand name. You don't think whether it is good or bad, right? You say if it belongs to this brand particularly, then definitely it will have a good effect. So that is your goodwill, right? Now, nature of goodwill. Goodwill is an intangible asset, but not a fictitious asset. Now, what do you mean by intangible asset? Intangible asset means the asset which you cannot touch. Okay, you can just feel it, but not a fictitious assets. Now, fictitious assets means false assets. It's not a false asset, it's not an imaginary asset. Okay, or you can say those assets which you have done expenditure in the beginning and then later on you are getting some benefits out of it, right off. No, so it is not a fictitious assets, rather it is an intangible asset. Now, characteristics of goodwill. It is an intangible and valuable assets. That is what we studied just now. It is intangible and no doubt it is valuable, means it depends on your reputation, the value of your reputation. It is helpful in earning excess profit. Just now I told you that you sometimes go as per the brand, right? Like if you take a local t-shirt or shirt, it costs 100, 200, 300, 400 at the most, right? But if you go for any perfect brand, so Montella cargo or something that type, so what will happen? That will give you 1500 plus, right? 1500 plus only the cost is. So that is a excess profit. Fine. Now its value is liable to constant fluctuation. Now its value is liable to constant fluctuation means now your reputation changes. Okay, suppose previously you have a good reputation, now probably you may not have that good reputation, right? So it is fluctuable. It is valuable only when entire business is sold. Okay, so when your business is getting sold, then only you can check out what exactly your value is. It is difficult to place an exact value of goodwill. Can you right now state what goodwill anyone carry? No, right? So what is it? It is a difficult place. Okay, you cannot tell exactly. Now we'll check out factors affecting goodwill. Goodwill is directly related to profits. A firm earning profits higher than other will certainly have goodwill in the market. So to decide whether a factor affects goodwill or not, we will have to see whether it affects the profit. If it affects the profit, then it will also affect the goodwill. Okay, so to understand the factors affecting the goodwill, we have to understand whether it affects the profit of the business or not. Now first and foremost, what are the factors? Factor is nature of business. Now what do you mean by nature of business? Now nature of business means what kind of business you are running. If the nature of the product in which the firm deals are in high demand, although not in short supply, the profit of the firm will be higher, which in turn will increase the value of goodwill. Okay. Now efficiency of management. Now what do you mean by efficiency of management? That means how efficient, that how perfect the management, that means owner, you can say the top layer of the company, okay, how they are working. So they are, if the management is capable and competent, the firm will earn high profit, which in turn will increase the value of goodwill. Okay, so no doubt they are capable. If you are capable, you are competent enough, you can give good results, then definitely the goodwill which you will achieve in the market is always good. Okay, next is location. Now if the business is located at a favorable place, it will result in good sales or in economies. It will thus increase the value of goodwill. Now location means where you are carrying out your business. Suppose you are carrying out your business at a very high profile market. So what happened? No doubt the people whoever will come, they are of that gentry, so they will purchase that kind of product. Fine. Suppose if your business places some remote areas or village areas, so what will happen? Definitely you have to check out the kind of gentry you are facing, and you have to keep that kind of goods, right? So location affects your business a lot. Then market situation. If a firm deals in a business where the demand for the product is higher than the supply, it will lead to lower capital requirement and higher profit, which in turn will increase the value of goodwill. Market situation means if a firm deals in a business where the demand for the product is higher. Okay, now what a business, that means it can be a product or it can be whatever business you are carrying out. Okay, it will lead to lower capital requirement. That means if you are dealing with such kind of product which are high in demand, then the capital which you require, that means the investment which you require, will be the lowest one, and higher profit, which in turn will increase the value of goodwill. So no doubt when you will invest less and you will achieve more high profit, so your goodwill will automatically increase. Why? Because you have more profit. Okay, special advantage. Okay, so next factor is special advantage. Firms enjoying special advantage like import licensing, favorable and long-term contracts for supply of material, lower rate and assured supply of electricity, patents, trademark, etc. enjoy higher value of goodwill. Okay, now how the goodwill is classified. See, right now I am explaining this point, but this you will understand better when we will go in practical terms. See, one is purchased goodwill, that is acquired. Now goodwill, it is goodwill that is acquired by the business after paying consideration in cash or kind. Now this will come in admission ka partners ka part. Okay, then you will understand this better. Fine. Now what happened? Acquired, that means now you have given some consideration. Consideration means suppose I want to join a particular firm. Okay, so I give them some amount, that is the amount of consideration. Now extra amount I am giving for consideration, that means ki you consider me as a partner. Okay, so I am paying them for what? Their goodwill. Okay, so this is purchased or acquired goodwill. Now self-generated goodwill, it is the internally generated or hard earned goodwill which arise due to continued hard work of the business, okay, of the organization. So if it is hardworking, better quality products, better customer services, everything is there, then that will be automatically generated, okay. So that is self generated goodwill, okay. Now we are valuing goodwill. What is the requirement? First we have to understand that is need for valuation of goodwill, okay. Now why do we need this? At the time of change in profit sharing ratio. Now this topic is altogether deleted due to reduced syllabus, okay. Otherwise you could have understand this point. At the time of change in profit sharing ratio, right now I will explain you in short. That is when you are changing your profit. Suppose your profit is 2:1:1. Now you are changing it to 1:1:1. So at that time you need this goodwill, okay. Now at the time of admission of a new partner, suppose somebody new is coming, okay, two of us are doing a business, now third wants to join. So unless and until we know our goodwill in the market, how I will charge the fellow, okay, how I will tell, see I have my reputation, this much I have worked out, you have to pay for me, okay. So you have to pay for that. That is possible when you know the goodwill. Now at the time of retirement or death of a partner, now this topic will come further. So suppose if any partner wants to go from the firm, so far whatever is been there, if we will know, he will know the goodwill, then he will say, see this is my reputation, you pay me that amount, right? Same way the partner, if he is dead, okay, so if he has worked for that particular part, he deserves that part. Now that part of profit is his because of his goodwill, okay. Now next is amalgamation of partnership firm. Now what do you mean by amalgamation? This part you don't have, this is in higher standards. Amalgamation means when two firms are joining together, amalgamating, okay. So no doubt if they know their business, if they know their reputation, they can charge each other as per their goodwill, okay. Now we'll proceed further with the methods of valuation of goodwill. Now you know very well, goodwill is intangible assets, so it is very difficult to accurately calculate its value. Now various methods have been advocated for the value of goodwill, that means suggested for the value of the goodwill of a partnership firm. Now we'll check out each and every method one by one. Now everyone has the different method of calculation, okay. Now let's see the chart. Methods of valuation of goodwill. See, it is divided in three parts. First is average profit method, then super profit method, then capitalization method. Children, do remember, keep your pen and copy ready so that you can note down everything, okay. Now average profit method is again divided in two parts, that is simple average profit method and weighted average profit method, okay. Super profit method is not divided in any of the part. Again capitalization method is divided in two parts. One is capitalization of average profit method, then capitalization of super profit method, fine. Now first we will check out average profit method. Now under this method, normal business profit of past few years are considered and average profit are calculated. Goodwill is then calculated by multiplying normal profit with some specified number of years, okay. So average profit method involves two approaches. Two approaches means the steps which we will follow. Now simple average profit method, okay. So now in two approaches, first we will follow simple average profit method, second was what? Weighted average profit method. So first we will check out simple average profit method. Do remember, I am telling you the steps, do note down the steps so that while solving the numerical it should help you out, okay. The very first step is first actual profit of all the given years before any abnormal and non-business expenses and income. So what we will find out? First we will find out actual profit of all the given years before any abnormal profit. Do remember, any abnormal and non-business expenses, Okay, and incomes. Non-business expenses and incomes means like rent from private premises. Okay, so these are what? These are non-business incomes or expenses, you can say. Okay, so any such kind should be avoided. Now what is the second step? Find average profit. Now how you will find the average profit? What is the formula for finding the average profit? Total actual, or you can say normal profit of the given number of years upon given number of years. I hope you remember in 11th standard in statistics you have done average mean, right? Now how you find out average mean? Just adding all the data which has been given in x variable and then dividing it with the number of variable. Okay, so same here also you will take all actual normal profits which are been given divided by number of years. That is how many financial year they are given, 4, 5. So that you will divide that financial year. Okay, now step 3, find value of goodwill. Now how you will find the value of goodwill? Once you calculated the average profit, you will multiply it with the number of years purchase. Now do remember, in such kind of sum, number of years purchase will be given to you. Okay, so you will just multiply it with the average profit. Fine. Now weighted average profit method. Okay, so see how you will calculate weighted average profit method. See if you can check out a small table over here. This is the first one. Okay, I hope you remember you have calculated weighted average mean. Okay, it is of same kind. So what you will do, whatever profit you have got, you will multiply with the weight of that particular year, financial year. Suppose 2000 and 2001 profit is 20,000 and weight in front of that profit is given 2. So what you will do, 20,000 into 2. Now after multiplying whatever answer you get, then you will add it and find the average. Now how you will find the average? Now you will not divide it with that number of years. Now you will divide with the number of weight. Okay, so that you have to understand. So what is weighted average profit equals to? Weighted average profit equals to total of products. That is what I told you, right? That is the profit into weight, okay, upon total of weights. That again I told you, right? Now second step, how you will find the value of goodwill? That is weighted average profit which you have find out into same number of year purchase. Okay, so now why average profits? Okay, a buyer always wants to estimate the future profit of a business. Future profit depends upon the average performance of the business in the past. Past profit indicates as to what profits are likely to accrue in the business. Okay, therefore the past profits are averaged. But before calculating the average profits, the profits earned in the past must be adjusted in the light of future expectations. And the following factors should be taken into consideration while calculating the average profit. Now, which are the factors which you have to take into consideration? First is abnormal income of a year should be deducted out of the profit of that year. Do remember, while calculating average profit, you have to check out that normal income of a year should be deducted, okay, out of the net profit of that year. Next is abnormal loss of a year should be added back to the net profit of that year. See, abnormal income deducted, abnormal loss will be added back. Okay, then income from investment should be deducted out of the net profit of that year, because this income is received from outside the business. So whenever you receive income from investment, what you will do? You will deduct out of the net profit of that year. Why? Because this income is received from outside the business. Am I clear with the average profit method? Now rest of the method we will proceed further. Okay. Now let's take one small illustration to understand this. The total capital of the firm of Saurabh, Mohit and Nikhil was 1 lakh. Okay. The net profit for the 3 years. See, 3 years has been given here. 40,000, 46,000, 52,000. Okay, there was an abnormal loss of 3,000 in the year 1415. See what we have studied about abnormal loss, that we will add it in the particular year ka net profit. Okay, goodwill of the firm was to be valued at 2 years purchase of the average profit of the last 3 years. That means what is the purchase year? I explained you at the time of explanation that you will get purchase year. So purchase year is 2 years and 3 years ka profit you have already got. For that you will find the average. Now you have to calculate the goodwill. Now if such kind of sum comes, that means this is based on simple average method. Okay, now let's check out the solution. Total profit for the last 2 years, 13-14 no adjustment, we have straight net profit. 14-15 they told us that there was an abnormal loss. When there was an abnormal loss, we will add it. Okay, so once we add it, we get, instead of 46,000 we get 49,000. Okay, then 15-16 no adjustment, 52,000. What we will do? We will add it. Now how we will find out the average? The way we used to find out the mean, I already explained you. Total profit divided by number of years given. So how many number of years are there? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what we will do? We will divide with the total divided by 3. Whatever average amount we are getting, with that we will find goodwill. Now what is the formula for goodwill? Average profit into number of years purchase. Okay, now what is average profit? Average profit is 47,000. Okay, number of purchase what has been given? 2 years. So 47,000 into 2 we will get goodwill. Am I clear? This is the simple method.